Welcome to the Bogosity Podcast for the 20th of February 2011, the podcast that went forward in time 1 year and is now on the 20th of February 2012. This is your host, Shane Killian. First, a quick correction. In the last podcast, I said that the video game Star Wars: The Old Republic was released in 2008. This was incorrect. 2008 was the date the game was announced, not released. Again, we want to fight misinformation, not create more of it, so we regret the error. Now let's pasteurize the news of the bogus. The FDA has won a 2-year battle to help keep you safe and protected from dangerous products by stopping the Amish from selling fresh milk. Thanks to American heroes such as Bradley Manning, we know about lots of cases of abuse committed against innocent people by the U.S. government while fighting the war on terror. Unfortunately, these victims have been, for the most part, unable to find any remedy in the courts and by judges who are all too willing these days to shield politicians from accountability. After all, judges are just politicians in robes. You may say this is part of what a military has to do, but what does it say when the U.S. in this regard compares very unfavorably to, get this, Pakistan? One of the most important aspects of a free country are free and open elections. Unfortunately, by the time the general election comes around, our choices are winnowed down by the primaries and caucuses that preceded them, so it's just as important for those to be free and open as well. Of course, that only works when your party isn't corrupt, power-hungry, and bent on maintaining the status quo, like, say, the Republican Party. A North Carolina preschool student got an impromptu lesson in government tyranny when a government agent took her lunch away because it wasn't up to the USDA's standards for nutrition. The girl's mom had packed her a turkey and cheese sandwich, potato chips, a banana, and apple juice. The government stooge took this unhealthy meal and replaced it with wholesome, healthy chicken nuggets. And now let's force-feed double whoppers to this week's biggest bogon emitter. Canada's Public Safety Minister Vic Toes has found himself in the position of defending a new bill that would give Canadian law enforcement officials the power to force ISPs to turn over information without first getting a warrant. This includes names, unlisted phone numbers, IP addresses, locations, and transactions. The bill would also force them to provide back doors for police to come in whenever they want and spy on people's internet activity. Toes, who said only last September that the government had no plans to do exactly this, is now facing opposition from Canadians who actually like stuff like privacy and liberty and a government that minds its own business. Where he stepped over the line from bureaucratic apologist to outright bogon flinger was when he said of one of the critics, quote, "He can either stand with us or with the child pornographers." And now it's time to send to the Marines this week's Idiot Extraordinaire! Liz Trotta is someone that no self-respecting journalist would ever ask for her opinion if they actually had the integrity that Fox News hasn't. Wherever there's stupidity, wherever there's dogmatism, wherever there's partisan blather masquerading as legitimate commentary, Liz Trotta will be there. Mostly because she'll be the one making it.